Thanks.
Okay. Uh, so what we understand is that the role of leadership is primarily to basically decide, the basically take the organization forward, right? Now, in this process, what you have is that the person would think, the person would act, and the person would, of course, care for others, right? The empathy part would also be there, right? So, um currently, one of the most popular is the servant leadership model, which says that that a leader needs to be a servant, right? In the sense that they need to serve others, right? They need to learn. In fact, one of the terms that I have been recently coining and telling everyone is about people scaling. We have to go beyond leadership to look at people as people scalers, right? That are you able to push other people forward, right? That is the primary job of a leader. That are you able to push people to achieve their recognitions? Because see, one of the first things which has happened is that we have to understand that dynamically as a culture something has shifted. What has shifted? So till 1980s we were more social. Okay, we needed people with high social skills. Why? Because that was the time when you did not have so much of technology. तो जितना भी काम निकलवाना होता था वो निकलवाना होता था थोड़ा मीठा बोल के, थोड़ा अच्छा बोल के, right? Post the 1980s has come the age of technology. And since then, what has happened is technology has drastically taken over almost every step. The fact that today we are communicating while we are at such great distances is purely thanks to technology, right? Or if you look at every of your actions, it will have some element of technology, right? So one of the things which has happened is that your cognitive performance has become very, very important. Okay, or your ability to think about problems and solve them on a numerical scale, on a technological scale, has become very, very important, right? Number one. Number two is that when you are acting, see, if you have to do action, if you have to do a thing, take a decision, the problem is not about taking the decision. The problem is just that taking the decision take into account your certain amount of competence which is required for that action, and plus the ethical behavior which is required for the action, right? And finally, you need to be a little caring person, right? You have to care for others. Why? Because see, care often is looked at as if that, why does a person need to be uh, uh, of too much of empathy? Soumya, can you tell me why do you think a leader needs to have empathy?
I think we are working more than 8 hours with your colleagues. So
Okay.
I think, yeah, so this is the time we are spending more than what we spend on our at our home. So I
Okay.
think we have a, it's need not only a professional bonding, it needs some sort of a emotional bonding with your colleagues, with your peers, with your subordinates. It is very, very important for
But
this.
then you are contractualized to serve that much hours, right?
Mm-hmm.
So why do you extra need care? सी टिपिकली आप बोल रहे हो कि नहीं मुझे 8 घंटा काम करना है तो बॉन्डिंग करना है. मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि ये तो मेरा कॉन्ट्रैक्ट में है, राइट?
Mm-hmm.
मैंने
Mm-hmm.
जब साइन अप किया था तो उसमें तो क्लियर लिखा था मुझे 8 घंटा काम करना है, राइट?
Mm-hmm.
तो
Mm-hmm.
उसके
Mm-hmm.
लिए मेरे बॉस मुझे अलग से केयर क्यों करे?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
सो व्हाट इज एक्चुअली बिहाइंड इट? सी लोग आजकल एम्पैथी की बहुत बात करते हैं, बट पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड वेयर दिस एम्पैथी इज एग्जैक्टली रिक्वायर्ड. See, the care is required not because, yes, obviously I agree that sometimes if you are making someone work more than 8 hours,
Mm-hmm.
आपको चाहिए होगा, राइट? आपको थोड़ा सा उसको प्यार से
Need that comfort zone,
पुचकार
right?
के आपको उसको रखना पड़ेगा, राइट? But the bigger thing is what has happened is that now that we have gone into a very dynamic world where job roles are not that it is unavailable, the good ones will leave you if you don't care for them, or if they don't see that okay, this person is making me work like a machine, because no one wants to be a robot anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the empathy part comes in when you show basically what is your brand of leadership. That are you just a leader who gets action done, or are you a leader who not only gets action done but also takes into consideration the human part of it, right? The fact that we also have to consider the humanity part of it is where the care part or the empathy part comes into play. Okay, so uh, so what we do, what we have done is, which is why you'll see our test is a little longer, right? And one of the things that I've told last time also, so I'm repeating for Soumya especially and Ritika, that see, there are two types of tests that you could have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one is a typecasting, okay, which is like an astrological sign. Okay, so which is telling you what type of a person this person is, right? So if you look at your MBTI, if you look at your Hogan, if you look at your Big Five, okay, they're all typecasters. They tell you what kind of a personality is he, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now the problem in the type of personality test is this, that actually if you look at the human person, the person bears two different very stark identities. Okay, which is at the home you are a completely different identity compared to what you are at the workplace. See, at the home, I am a very caring father. I am a loving son. I'm a good husband, right? But
Right.
are those the qualities we require at the workplace? No,
Right.
right? I
Mm-hmm.
have nothing to do with being loving and caring at the workplace. At workplace, I need to be able to manage people. I need to be able to scale up business. I should be able to take decisions, right? But at the home, the decisions are completely different. The way you choose ice cream for your kid versus the way you will choose for at the workplace will be completely different, right?
Right.
Because at home, when you're buying an ice cream for your kid, you'll not look at pricing. But when you're doing it from your workers, you definitely have to take care of the pricing angle of it, right?
Right.
So what happens is that now based on how the leader is has personally come up through their own cultures, because how do we get these? We get it from our own cultures, right? And that culture is what? Nothing but an amalgamation of our academics plus our value systems, right? So if you have a set of values which you have been through, like say for example, I keep saying that there's actually nothing called an absolute truth. There's no absolute truth. Like the fact that the sun rises in the east is also not true, because first of all the sun does not rise, and if you go to space there's nothing called east, right?
Right.
So they're meant to be true under a certain circumstance, right? Which
Right.
means values also work in the same way. A certain kind of meat is prohibited for us to be eaten as a value. There are separate communities who consider that to be a delicacy, right? What is
Right.
that? That is a cultural value which is community based, right? Sometimes it could be faith based, right? So what happens is, based on the value system that you have inculcated over the years, and also add to it your element of academics, you will end up developing a kind of culture. Now, when you look at the leader needs to have these three things, right? They need to have a bias for action, right? And they need to have the bias for intellect, and they need to have the bias for being also
Social.
social, right? Why? Because you have the you have to the ACT, the act, care, and think. You do three things: you manage, you analyze, and you basically scale people at the workplace as a leader, which means you need to have all the three. In certain of the job roles, you'll see we are looking for very high bias for action, right?
Right.
Now what happens is that so which means a particular job role could require a higher bias for action, a particular job role could require higher bias for intellect. So someone who's doing research would require a higher bias for intellect compared to someone who's a sales leader, right, or an operations leader, who could have higher bias for action compared to an someone like Manojji, who would have higher bias for social, because his entire job is more related to uh, getting people up the ladder, right, in the entire organization. So, what we have done is, so as I said, rather than typecasting people, we are saying that there are different people required for different jobs at different levels. So, don't go by one size fits all, Okay, because one size does not fit. The kind of guy you need in operations is completely different from the guy you need from sales, and completely different from the guy you need in production, and so on and so forth, right?
Mhm.
Now when you holistically measure the entire organization, you would actually get to understand, okay, how is it balancing out? Okay, why? Because again, people don't work in silos. The production manager is also sometimes talking to the marketing department, is also sometimes talking to the sales department, right? So there are not absolute silos. So all these people who finally become leadership and who finally have a say will end up influencing the path that the organization takes in the long term. And hence the immediate requirement for a very balanced approach, which is that where you need bias for action, you have people who have very high scores in that segment. Where you have bias for intellect, you have people with high scores in that segment. And where you have bias for social, you have people with high scores in that segment. Okay, that's very simple. Now if you do a cross referencing, you can also do that. Say for example that I also want now people with social but also to be able to think well, right? Which means you need to look at their leadership traits to find out that can they think well, which means are they thinking the way they should think for that particular situation, right? uh, the entire report actually summarizes this whole thing in these different brackets, which is why you see so many parts of it, right? And which is why one of the first understandings has to be that uh, figuring out which job role requires a higher emphasis of which part of it. Understand, Soumya?
Yes.
Yeah, Ritika? Any questions till now?
Yeah, so what you are saying is being a good leader, you have to bias for action, you have to bias for intellect, you have to bias for social. It doesn't matter in which profile you are.
Correct, but one certain bias could be higher than the others.
Okay, being in HR,
As
I
a
see.
general organization, you have to have
Okay,
a balance of all the three biases,
okay,
right?
okay.
But based on the job role,
Got
one
it.
bias will be higher. See, a
Higher.
guy
Right,
in
right.
sales has to have higher bias for action,
Got it, got it, got it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
His second highest bias would be for what? Bias for social.
Social.
Third bias will be for intellect. Whereas a guy who is doing, say, for example, research,
Mm-hmm.
right? His
Mm-hmm.
bias for intellect has to be highest,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Which means
Right,
his cognitive ability score, his native intelligence scores, his orientation, his memory has to be much sharper,
right, right, right. Got
right?
it. Mm-hmm.
Uh, Now within that also, if you want to look at levels, okay, which is
Mm-hmm.
that certain people, like if the guy is a mid guy, what will he do? He will have more act roles, right? So let us go into further deeper into it, which is that, say for example, I'm looking at someone in sales. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now the
Mm-hmm.
first thing I know, a sales leader needs to have bias for action.
Mm-hmm.
Now at what level of the hierarchy is he? Is he a mid junior guy? Is he a mid senior guy, or is he an absolute senior guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
An absolute senior guy will have to not only have bias for action but also bias for social, because he has to manage the team, right?
Right,
So
right.
his second priority has to be that he also has high scores in that, right? But
Right.
within action, what is the most important thing is the think approach. That how does he think? Does he
Okay.
really have a long term vision, right? Or
Mm.
is his vision really in line? Second thing is, how does he act? What are his preferences, what are his competences? Okay, and the third could be, how does he care for his team? Which is in the situational quadrant, does he appear to be social, does he appear to be democratic, does he appear to be influencer, or does he appear to be assertive? Now for a leader, anyone in a leader position, the influencer position is a good position to be, someone who has a large team under them, right? So we'll come to the report now. So if we now look at this, and now we go to the report, and the first thing you see is this grid. Now, this grid is actually a very dynamic grid, which means these positions will change based on how they have answered. Okay, which means that an assertive may be here also, an assertive could be here also.
Okay.
Okay, now what is the difference between assertive in this position versus, say, for example, an assertive here in this square? It means that he also has influencer traits. he also is close to democratic traits.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which will,
Right.
so what happens is this scale that we have made is a absolutely dynamic scale. So it is, again, it tells you very precisely that does he have a mix of both, or does he look absolutely assertive, right? So similarly, now what happens is, based on the job role, uh, as I said, if he's a senior sales guy, his role as an influencer has to be very high, right? So he should be somewhere in this place. See, if you look at how this Mr. Blanchard has actually explained it, right? So let me just, and we put it out in every report for people to understand. See, what he's saying is that supportive behavior, which means if you're more people oriented, more social, you're more, it's a more supportive oriented behavior. And if you're more assertive or influencer, it's more directive behavior, right? The point is, what every role would require a mix of these. Now, when is it required? Say, for example, the team is, they know their job, but their morale is low. Then what do you need more? What kind of a leader would you require in such cases? Tell me.
Right.
No, no.
Supportive behavior. Supportive behavior.
If the morale is low, they know their job, you need more supportive behavior.
More
You need to, you need
High
to
directive and high supportive behavior.
so if the morale is low, say for example the team knows its job, right, but the team is very sad, कहीं पे आपको दिख रहा है कि टीम में मोटिवेशन नहीं है,
Motivation नहीं. High
आपको आपको तब हाई सपोर्टिव लीडर लाके रखना चाहिए वहां पे.
अप्रेजल के टाइम पे जनरली टीम डिमोटिवेटेड रहती है. सी, so what we should do,
right? तो
Ruben,
yes,
at the time of appraisal,
हाँ
most of the employees are demotivated.
सर, वो तो देखो, वो तो बेसिकली थोड़ा सा अप्रेजल के टाइम में डिमोटिवेशन रहता ही है लोगों को, क्योंकि हर किसी को लगता है कि मैंने बहुत अच्छा किया. इनफैक्ट मैं इसीलिए
बहुत अच्छा किया.
हाँ, बहुत अच्छा किया. बट तो मैं हमेशा कहता हूँ, मैंने अपने लास्ट कंपनी में, टाटा में, मैंने अपने बॉस को सजेशन दिया था ये बात. मैंने कहा था कि ऐसा कीजिए, यू शुड एक्चुअली हैव अ रिवर्स स्कोरिंग मेथड. रिवर्स स्कोरिंग मेथड कैसा है कि आप सबको 100 नंबर दे दीजिए पहले, ठीक है, और कहिए आपको अपना 100 नंबर गार्ड करना है. फॉर एवरी एक्शन और एवरी मिस एक्शन, मैं डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एक्शन और मिस एक्शन, मैं उसमें आपको 2 नंबर काट सकता हूं, 5 नंबर काट सकता हूं, ठीक है. तो आप कितना गार्ड कर सकते हो, ठीक है. सो rather than adding scores, give everyone at the start of the year 100 and say that okay, based on these factors in your KRA, right, everything will have a weightage, right? So, and that should be like a little dynamic, which means that हर action पे वो उनको system में होना चाहिए कि they should be able to add that score, okay? तो जैसे customer complaint आया, right? कस्टमर कंप्लेंट आया, कस्टमर को ठीक से हैंडल नहीं किया गया, आप 5 नंबर काटिएगा. आपको क्या होगा, साल के अंत में आपको दिख जाएगा, एक्चुअली इस बंदे को खुद दिख जाएगा, देखिए 5 बार ऐसा हुआ मेरे साथ, मतलब मैं सही में इसमें बहुत खराब हूं, और आपके 100 नंबर से 5 5 5 5 करके 25 नंबर कट गए. तो आपको खुद पता चल गया कि मैंने एक्चुअली कहां गलती की है. तो उतने दुखी नहीं होंगे, क्योंकि उनको खुद पता है कि 100 तो मुझे डिफेंड करना था, मैं डिफेंड नहीं कर पाया, है ना. सो it's called as the philosophy of actually reverse guarding, कि आपको मैं पूरा दे देता हूं साल के शुरू में. और इनफैक्ट इसका टेस्ट भी है. If you remember the Stanford gratification experiment, Soumya, you might have read about it in your masters, right? The Stanford gratification test, कि वहां पे स्टैनफोर्ड के प्रोफेसर्स के बच्चों को एक एक वो क्या बोलते हैं, वो मिठाई दिया गया और कहा गया कि आप 5 मिनट तक, मैं थोड़ा बाहर जा रहा हूं, आप 5 मिनट तक इसको टच मत कीजिएगा. अगर आप टच नहीं करेंगे तो मैं वापस आके आपको दूसरा दूंगा, 2 मिठाई दूंगा, ठीक है. और कैमरा लगा दिया गया और देखा गया 70% बच्चे जो है रेजिस्ट नहीं कर पाए टेम्पटेशन, और वो मार्शमेलो को खा गए. मार्शमेलो दिया गया था. 30% ने वो टेम्पटेशन को रेजिस्ट किया. और इन्हीं बच्चों को 20 साल बाद देखा गया कि the guys who could resist that temptation turned out to be much successful in their lives. So guarding your scores is often a much better way to look at it rather than saying कि भाई scores दीजिए, है ना. आपके बॉस हर जगह आपको नंबर काटता रहेगा, आपका रिपोर्टिंग मैनेजर नंबर आपको काटते रहेंगे आपकी गलतियों की वजह से जो आपके कैरियर के साथ लिंक्ड होगा. So that's a good way to do it. Now, what I'm trying to say is that when the at an organizational level क्या होता है कि आप पहले तो एक स्केल से गुजरते हैं, राइट. ऑर्गेनाइजेशन की अपनी एक जर्नी होती है, राइट. अ मैच्योर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में किस टाइप का लीडर चाहिए वर्सेस अ स्टार्टअप में किस टाइप का लीडर चाहिए, right? Like say for example, if you look at a mature organization, you will want more of a bias for action, right? बिकॉज क्या है कि आपको पुश करना है, स्कोर्स को पुश करना है, रेवेन्यू को पुश करना है ताकि आप ऊपर बढ़ सको, राइट. बट ये भी आपको पता है कि आप मार्केट में एक सैचुरेशन लेवल पे पहुंच जाते हो. जब एक सैचुरेशन लेवल पे पहुंच जाते हो, आपने मार्केट शेयर उतनी हो गई है, तब आप क्या करोगे? देन यू नीड द बायस फॉर इंटेलेक्ट लीडर्स, क्योंकि दे विल बी नाउ बी एबल टू फाइंड आउट अ न्यू पाथ एंड टेक द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फर्दर. इट इज द सेम स्टोरी ऑफ कोका-कोला एंड पेप्सी. Pepsi or Coca-Cola ने सबसे पहले they started looking at shelf life, okay, that how much of shelf do we cover. Once they found out that okay, whatever shelf the shop could give us, we have 100% of that. Then they said, okay, let us look at how much of this thing, how much of liquids does a person consume in the entire day. Okay, so then they started measuring what we call as the throat share. Okay, कि आप सारा दिन में कितना लिक्विड्स पीते हो, उसमें से कोका-कोला या पेप्सी कितना है. ठीक है, तो क्या हुआ, आप पहले जब 70% मार्केट शेयर पे थे, आप थ्रोट शेयर में आप फट से 25% पे गिर गए. सो नाउ यू अगेन हैव टू बिल्ड अप, राइट, कि नहीं. तो उसकी वजह से आप देखो कि उन्होंने क्या किया, उन्होंने दूसरे प्रोडक्ट्स इंट्रोड्यूस करने शुरू कर दिए. वो पानी में घुस गए, राइट, वो सोडा में आ गए. सो दे बिकॉज दे वांटेड टू मेजर हाउ मच लिक्विड्स. जब उसमें भी वो लोग 70% में पहुंच गए, देन दे सेड ओके हाउ मच ऑफ फूड आर यू कंज्यूमिंग, उसमें हमारा शेयर कितना है. तभी देखो दे वेंट इनटू चिप्स, दे वेंट इनटू द हार्ड फूड्स, राइट. मतलब इसके बाद वो दे विल गो इनटू लाइक आपके मतलब स्टमक शेयर और समथिंग लाइक दैट, यू नो. सो दैट इज हाउ दे कंटिन्यूअसली कीप स्केलिंग अप the challenges, right, and start looking at new markets, because see they are not losing focus of one thing, that whatever goes through the mouth we want to share in that, nothing else, right. But they started with how much liquids, then they looked at how much solids, right. So they started getting into those areas which are all related to the mouth, right. So
so I a simple word, Robin.
yes,
all of three. तो हम लोग आज की तारीख में जब हम बात करते हैं हमारी इंडस्ट्री के अंदर, वी जनरली यूज टू टॉक फॉर द बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन, राइट. सो बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन इज द सेम टर्मिनोलॉजी व्हिच रोबन हैज एक्सप्लेन्ड.
एग्जैक्टली
मेकिंग द यार्न, तो यार्न के अंदर वी आर रीच्ड एट सैचुरेशन पॉइंट, राइट. एंड व्हाटएवर द मार्केट शेयर वी वांट टू कैप्चर, वो हम लोगों ने कैप्चर कर लिया है. So now we are planning to different type of yarn. Now we went for this fabric, then फिर garmenting, राइट. तो बैकवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन उसको बोलते हैं, सो दैट आप उस एरिया के अंदर आप अपने आप को आगे बढ़ते चले जाओ.
हाँ, या फिर फॉरवर्ड इंटीग्रेशन कर लो या गारमेंट में चले जाओ,
जैसे भी होता है उसको दोनों तरह से आप कर सकते हो.
करेक्ट, एब्सोल्युटली राइट. So what you realize is once an organization becomes static, right, you will need the bias for intellect people. Now if you are a very dynamic, you are existing in multiple markets, you will need very high bias for social, right. Or your business is not a B2B but a B2C market, like say a Zomato or Coca-Cola or any other food brand or FMCG brand. You have to have a very high bias for social people, right, because these are people who understand people very well. Because if you don't understand people very well in B2C businesses, you cannot be successful, right. Look at one of the best examples is Cred, right. See what they are trying to do. They are trying to make people addicts first. हर बिजनेस का कोई मॉडल होता है, आपको एडिक्ट करना है। लाइक लॉट ऑफ पीपल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड कि अमेजॉन एंटरटेनमेंट में क्यों है, अमेजॉन शॉपिंग में था, अमेजॉन एंटरटेनमेंट में क्यों आया? क्योंकि शॉपिंग वाज एन एंटरटेनमेंट अर्लियर। तो आपने जब एक एंटरटेनमेंट को छीन लिया, उसका रिप्लेसमेंट आपको देना पड़ेगा, राइट? अदरवाइज पीपल विल नॉट गेट एडिक्टेड टू ऑनलाइन शॉपिंग, राइट? तो वो जो एक मजा होता था मॉल में जाके आप घूम घूम के बहुत सारा दुकान देख देख के आप सामान खरीदते थे, राइट? सो नाउ Amazon is saying that no, you don't need to do that. Find your stuff online, buy it. So what do I do with the spare time? मूवी देखिए, है ना? So see how they are trying to read the mind and work on that mind in that area. So one is organization किस पाथ पे है, organization की क्या maturity level है, organization next कहाँ जा रहा है, वो एक impact करता है कि आपको किस टाइप के bias के leaders चाहिए. Second होता है of course role based, right? कि उस role की क्या requirement है leadership की, right? कि हर एक रोल की अलग अलग लीडर्स चाहिए. आप इस चीज को बिल्कुल एकदम दिमाग में ठान लीजिए. एक चीज से, जैसे एक खाना हर कोई नहीं खाता, उस तरह से एक टाइप का लीडर हर जगह नहीं परोसा जा सकता है. यस, आपको अलग अलग रोल के लिए अलग अलग लीडर चाहिए. बट जब आप सारे लीडर्स की मेजरमेंट करेंगे, जब मैं करूंगा, जब आपके सारे रिपोर्ट्स खत्म हो जाएंगे, आप देखेंगे, तब मुझे पता चलेगा एक्चुअली आपकी कल्चर कहाँ जा रही है, राइट? So then I will get to know that are people getting more democratic like we found in the last time, or do we see that there's an enough balance between action, intellect and social, right? So primarily this is the whole design, or this is the whole philosophy, if I can say, behind the report. Okay, अभी आपको specific सवाल पूछना है, तो I am open to answering specific questions.
Praveen.
Yes sir.
हेलो.
Yes sir.
फॉर आवर अंडरस्टैंडिंग, मुझे तुमने जो ग्राफ बताया था, ग्रिड वाला जो ग्राफ है हमारा,
हाँ,
उसको थोड़ा सा एक बार ढंग से एक्सप्लेन कर दो, सो दैट कि उसको किस तरह से रीड किया जाएगा.
श्योर. हाँ, उसमें एक्चुअली काफी समझने वाली बात है. तो हाँ, मैं समझा देता हूँ.
थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ समझा दो हल्का सा.
श्योर.
कौन सी
बेसिक, हाँ, कौन से जॉब के लिए कैसा है. सो देखिए, फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव these 4 grids, right? Now what happens is this grid is the democratic, जो एकदम कोने में है, right? अब क्या है कि हर एक रोल में you will need have the requirement for different kind of leaders. So basically if you look at democratic, the best example is Mr. Mukesh Ambani. Okay, he has to be democratic in the sense it is like the corner office. See, this person cannot be whole day supporting others, nor can he be directing others, right? उसके लिए उन्होंने आदमी रख रखा है, right? He has all different heads of businesses, right? So his job is only to strategize, right? So a very very senior level leader has to be democratic. ऐसा नहीं है कि डेमोक्रेटिक की जरूरत नहीं है. डेमोक्रेटिक की जरूरत वहां है जहां वो एकदम जो है सारा दिन स्ट्रेटेजी करना है, ठीक है? ऑन typically like individual roles, very senior leaders doing strategy, right, or leading individual roles, वहां पे आपको democratic चाहिए, right? Absolutely at the senior level. Next level जो आ जाता है, जो business heads होते हैं, वहां पे आपको typically चाहिए influencer guys. Influencer guys with how, जो कि थोड़े से influencer काम assertive हो, मतलब influencer पे भी वो दाएं तरफ में हो, बाएं तरफ नहीं. क्यों? क्योंकि दाएं तरफ के होने का मतलब है वो इन्फ्लुएंसर भी है और थोड़ा असर्टिव भी है. ओके, मतलब नीचे की तरफ हो, जो इन्फ्लुएंसर ग्रिड है उसमें थोड़ा नीचे की तरफ हो, ठीक है? आई विल जस्ट टेक दिस एज अ पिक्चर सो दैट मैं मल्टीपल आपको सिचुएशंस दिखा सकूं, है ना? मैं आपको पेंट पे दिखा देता हूं या इस पे दिखा देता हूं. मैं पावर पॉइंट पे दिखा देता हूं तो वो इजी रहेगा. ओके, ये आपको दिख रहा है, राइट? you are able to see that. Sorry, मेरा screen भी आ गया. Okay. So what happens is that now let me take a circle. So basically, when I'm looking at a business head, I want to see a guy somewhere here. Understand? क्यों? क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूं वो assertive भी हो, yet influencer हो. मतलब वो लोगों को मोटिवेट करे, ट्रेन करे, पुश करे, लेकिन वो ये भी ना भूले कि भाई काम भी खत्म करना है. Right? So at the business head levels, I am looking at some guy over here. Okay. Whereas now, if this is more related to again production, maintenance, right, all that. But if it is more of a people role, यही मैं अगर मनोज शर्मा जी का बात करूं, तो I will look at him somewhere here. I'll want him to be somewhere here. Why? Because as the CHRO, he needs to have the social side also. Yes. राइट. सो मैं चाहूंगा वो सोशल की तरफ हो, लेकिन एब्सोल्युटली सोशल के यहां ना हो. यहां कौन होना चाहिए? शारिका जी होनी चाहिए, आप लोग होने चाहिए. राइट. क्योंकि आप लोग जो है, योर जॉब इज टू बी वेरी केयरिंग फॉर द टीम, अनलेस लाइक यू आर डूइंग सम एनालिसिस. इफ यू आर डूइंग एनालिसिस, देन यू हैव टू बी समवेयर हियर, राइट, और हियर. राइट. अगर आप एनालाइज कर रहे हो, बट अदरवाइज अगर आप प्योरली जैसे बिजनेस एचआर का रोल कर रहे हो, देन यू नीड टू बी समवेयर हियर. राइट. अंडरस्टैंड? सो ये हो गया हमारा जैसे प्रोडक्शन या ऑपरेशन. नाउ अगर इफ यू आर लुकिंग एट अ प्लांट हेड, वेयर शुड अ प्लांट हेड बी? अ प्लांट हेड शुड बी एक्चुअली इन द असर्टिव बॉक्स, समवेयर हियर. व्हाई? बिकॉज सी प्लांट हेड को जो है उनको बहुत समझाना नहीं है, उसके लिए एचआर है. उनका काम है प्रोडक्शन ठीक होना चाहिए. राइट. तो अगर मुझे 200 टन का प्रोडक्शन करना है, तो मेरा हर दिन 200 टन का प्रोडक्शन मेरा निकलना चाहिए. तो असर्टिवनेस का बॉक्स उनका बहुत हाई होना चाहिए. जहां पे भी ऑपरेशन से रिलेटेड हो, प्रोडक्शन से रिलेटेड हो, वहां पे यू शुड हैव समवन इन दीज काइंड ऑफ बॉक्सेस. गेट द पॉइंट? ओके. नाउ हाउ कैन यू सी दिस along with the other parts of the report? So एक तो ये पार्ट हो गया जो आपका, इसके हिसाब से आप देखोगे. अच्छा, दूसरा बात अब मैं बता दूं. टिपिकली आप देखोगे कि अगर आप किसी को दूसरे रोल के लिए सजेस्ट कर रहे हो, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर डायगोनल मूवमेंट बहुत मुश्किल होता है. ओके. लोग कैसे मूव करते हैं? लोग ऐसे मूव करते हैं, ऐसे मूव करते हैं. ठीक है. या फिर यहां पे हो तो ऐसे मूव करेंगे, ऐसे मूव करेंगे. ठीक है. सो डायगोनल मूव नहीं करेंगे. जैसे डेमोक्रेटिक को आप इन्फ्लुएंसर नहीं बना सकते हो. मतलब मुकेश अंबानी को आप बोलो कि जाके सर आप थोड़ा ज्ञान दो लोगों को, वो कहेगा यार मेरे को मत बोलो यार ज्ञान देने के लिए, मैं ज्ञान नहीं दे सकता. क्योंकि उसके दिमाग में इतना स्ट्रेटेजी भरा हुआ है, वो चाहेगा भी नहीं उस स्ट्रेटेजी को डिस्क्लोज करना, ना ही उसके बस में है. इनफैक्ट यू विल वेरी रेयरली सी हिम टॉक, गिव स्पीचेस. Okay, so it is very difficult someone who is in this corner to go here. Okay, like typically people here also are required. It's not that you don't need a democratic leader at a junior level. As I said, कोई research head है, right? वो बहुत छोटा टीम है, right? Then I don't mind him being here. वो अपना चुपचाप कोने में बैठा रहे, अपना काम करते रहे और ज्यादा दिमाग लगाए, right? Socialize
position. Yes. That means it's the blend of three, you mean to say?
No, this position is like democratic, which is this is a guy who just doesn't want to be too social, not too directive, right? Okay. Because see, if he has a small team, everyone knows their jobs, right? Like if you look at a head of business, like say for example, the coup, chief operating officer. Now the chief operating officer ke andar you have the business heads, right? So which is, this is not a guy who needs to every day motivate his team or tell them what to do, right? So which is, he should be somewhere here, sitting here in the corner, but he should have an emphasis here. Why? Because he should be closer to social, because he, as a chief operating officer, you will have to have that empathy, that care angle, right? So अगर वो यहाँ पे हुआ तो मुश्किल है बड़ा. ठीक है. ये चीज जो है, ये चीज कौन इस पोजीशन में कौन हो सकता है? से द प्रोमोटर, जो कभी आते नहीं है, 3 महीने में एक दिन बोर्ड मीटिंग में आते हैं, राइट? उनको he just needs to look at, he or she needs to look at the broad numbers and that's it, right? They don't need to get into the action part of it, right? Because they have their own action, right? They are handling like 20 businesses, right? Now, as we say that typically, so how do you make this exciting for anyone? First of all, see, understand that the role of any leader, direct reporting कभी भी 6 आदमी से ज्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए. That is a
Sorry?
direct reporting should never be more than 6 people.
6 people.
Okay. Why? Because managing becomes very, very difficult. Okay. Then what happens is this person can play the role of an influencer, because if there are more than 6 people, typically it has been seen that managing is very difficult, right? तो एक तो रोल बेस के ऊपर आपने ये चीज देख लिया, ठीक है, कि रोल के ऊपर बेस करके आपको स्टडी करना चाहिए कि इस रोल में क्या उनका पीपल रिएक्शन कितना है और टास्क के ऊपर फोकस कितना होना चाहिए. आपके मन में तो हमेशा लगेगा कि यार इसमें तो दोनों है, ठीक है, या मतलब उनको आदमी भी मैनेज करना है और काम भी मैनेज करना है. ऐसा नहीं है. आप देखोगे काम टिपिकली मशीन्स मैनेज करते हैं, ठीक है. One of the misconceptions we have is people don't understand the importance of HR is because people don't understand that it is people. Even अगर आपने गलत मशीन खरीदा है, वो उस आदमी की गलती है जिसने उस ऑर्डर को ओके किया था, right? So finally, all problems at the workplace actually boil down to human problems and their ability to understand things, right? तो वो कितना समझ सकते हैं, कितना अपना दिमाग लगा सकते हैं. जैसे I would not take names, but I know certain people. I'll just give you an example. One person, we are also doing this test for multiple others. So we are doing it for a large company in Kenya. Okay, and one of the leadership guys, पहले तो वो 2-3 बार struggle किए to take the test. Then finally I had given my number, but I have not put my what do you call country code. He writes an email saying, what is the country code? See, he cannot even go to the site and figure out, okay, this guy is Indian. Or if he goes to Pexetics, he will see my profile. He will see that वहाँ पे मैंने +91 दिया हुआ है. And he is himself an Indian, by the way. Right? So sometimes you do have dumb people sitting in the system. And they're sitting for years, donkey's years, doing nothing. Right? Just pleasing their boss.
Rubin, just to interrupt you, but that person is very good in increasing the revenue. He is good with the generation of revenue. In that case, for a company.
Okay, find out if the product naturally sells. Is it that person's capability? See, I'll tell you, you are talking of someone who is like very highly social, okay, and a very good sales guy, right? Someone sitting like in that position, very high in sales, right? My point is that अगर आपके माल normally ऐसे ही बिक जाता है, right? So what extra am I adding to it? What is my contribution beyond that? See, अगर आपको लगता है कि मैं 4 फोन कॉल करूंगा मेरा माल बिक जाएगा, अच्छी बात है, आप रख लीजिए. See, sometimes you also need joker in the pack. Why do you need the joker in the pack? Because लोगों को हंसाना, खुश रखना भी एक बड़ा कला होता है. हर किसी से वो नहीं होता है, right? तो टीम में एक जोकर भी चाहिए. I do not deny that. But all I'm saying is that you need to find out, one is where are you today and where do you want to head tomorrow, right? So is this person giving you a constant same revenue every month or is it increasing every month, right? Is he making a difference?
Increasing then?
हाँ, then it's good. बिल्कुल रखिए. देखिए जो बोलते हैं ना, जो गाय दूध देता है वो लात भी मारती है, राइट? तो ठीक है ना, अगर दूध दे रही है तब तक तो ठीक है. बट माय प्रॉब्लम इज अगर दूध नहीं दे रही है या लात भी मार रही है तब प्रॉब्लम है, राइट? सो एज आई सेड, सी नाउ हाउ विल यू फाइंड आउट? यू गो एंड फाइंड हिज सोशल विल बी वेरी हाई. जो आपको लग रहा है ना बहुत अच्छा बेच रहा है, वो सिर्फ मतलब उनके मुंह बहुत अच्छा है, ठीक है? सेकेंड थिंग, उनको क्या मिलेगा आपको? यू गो टू हिज सेकेंड पॉइंट. सो व्हाट इज द सेकेंड पॉइंट? इन द रिपोर्ट यू विल फाइंड समथिंग कॉल्ड द aggression quotient. Okay, so just
सोनिया, जस्ट फॉर योर इंफॉर्मेशन, हमारी जो लीडरशिप है ना, हमारी पूरी लीडरशिप का जो पिछली बार जब हम लोगों ने एनालिसिस किया था, तो दे आर मोर टुवर्ड्स सोशल,
डेमोक्रेटिक सर, मोर डेमोक्रेटिक, मतलब आप कर लो जैसे भी आपको ठीक लगे वैसे कर लो,
सोशल एंड डेमोक्रेटिक बोथ,
हाँ, social and democratic. Okay, so this is called as the aggression quotient. Okay, ये आपको दिखेगा. Typically you should use to look at this part of the report. Typically when you are looking at people with having very high interactions, चाहे वो client के साथ हो, चाहे employees के साथ हो. So basically what happens, you have 4 levels of interaction capability. One is the passive, जो बात ही नहीं करना पसंद करते हैं, you know, या किसी के मुंह नहीं लगते हैं types, right? एकदम चुप रहते हैं. Then you have the manipulative, जो क्या है कि मतलब जैसा करनी वैसे, मतलब जैसे स्थिति वैसे वो करते हैं, मतलब जूनियर को बहुत चिल्लाते हैं, बॉस को yes sir करते हैं, ठीक है. Now, then you have the harmonious. Again, don't get me wrong, you need all these type of characters, right? So don't think that something is bad. Sometimes passive is also good. Okay, sometimes manipulative is also good. Okay, then you have the harmonious, who likes to call a spade a spade. Okay, and then you have the aggressive, जो थोड़े से मतलब गरम मिजाज में बात करते हैं या gets offended very quickly. Okay, now that character that you are seeing, if they have sales and they have manipulative, you know where they are coming from, right? So they know how to manipulate people. They are very good at pleasing other people and getting their job done. Absolutely right if the job role demands. Again, as I said, see, this is why I said we don't believe in typecasting, right? So depending on the situation, if that is a required trait for the job role, please have him, right? How you figure it out is actually later when you start doing for the junior teams, when you do a 360 and all, then you find out कि exactly बाकी लोग उससे खुश हैं क्या, right? So वो बात की बात आ जाती है. तो if you have human interaction, see, not all leadership roles have a huge amount of human interaction, but those roles which require a lot of human interaction, please also look at the aggression, this aggression quotient scores. Okay, which is what is their tendency. So again, timelines we have divided into 4 timelines. Rarely, like once in a year, kabhi kabar, right? Sometimes, like once in 3 months. Most often, मतलब almost हर बार, and always means मतलब day in day out. उनको वही पसंद है. तो उसको उनको कैसा पसंद है? Like if you can see this guy, he says that okay, harmoniously sometimes, passive most often, right? Which means now. What is most often? Passive, which means वो in fact rarely maybe वो passive ही बोल रहे हैं. मतलब this is a person who doesn't like to talk much, who likes to keep quiet, keep to the job. मतलब these are people, don't give them teams or don't give them large teams. They cannot be very good leaders for large teams. Okay,
Ruben, I just wanted to ask you something.
Yes, please.
For example, a job fitment, for example, a person who is in the research department or product development department or a finance department. Okay, what in case if such a person is found very social? In that case, in that case, what could be, how could we? He's doing this job, but then how could we justify his fitment? Or probably what kind of training needs to be identified for such a person if he's very social?
Okay, so basically the only fear is a person very high social in say accounts department. He's going to spend half of his time gossiping with others, right? कुछ भी बोलो वो मतलब थोड़े बात पे ना he will find some story to narrate, right? So the only problem is time loss, right? So there's no other danger. Like if he's very efficient at the job,
And
but then
yeah,
so he will. So these are the people who need to be either given little tasks which will make them focus more. Okay, which means you have to give them tasks which will require them to spend more time फोकसिंग. क्या होता है कि आप रेगुलर करते करते ना लोगों को आदत पड़ जाती है. जैसे कंप्यूटर, वी आर टाइपिंग फॉर सो मेनी इयर्स नाउ दैट समटाइम्स वी डोंट इवन नीड टू लुक एट व्हाट यू कॉल द कीबोर्ड, right? So similarly, people who are good at their job, now that also has a different philosophy, right? You need, you know, the flow philosophy, right? The flow approach, that if the competency is the competency and the ability, right? So competence and ability, if you put them on a cross, so let me go back to the chart and I'll be able to show you. So if I say, okay, are you able to see this? Right. So, so what happens is that on one side you have competency, on the other side you have ability. Okay. Now what happens is that if ability is very high, competency required for the job is very low, what will happen? The person will become lazy. Right? Whereas if competency is very required, very high, but ability is not so much, what will happen? The person will shirk responsibility or want to go away. So ideal situation is this, which is called as the flow path, which is that competency and ability. Yeah. So competence and ability should be in equal measure. As the competency increases, the ability should also increase for the person. So ideal job role should be like this, flowing like this. Otherwise, क्या होगा? वो गप्पे मारते रहेंगे, ये करते रहेंगे. So if you find that the ability has improved, give him a slightly higher task. Now this is where the business head will also have to understand these things, right? So often people don't, other businesses other than HR don't understand these people aspects, right? Because without this, what will happen? That person will, आप खुद ही सोचिए ना, if I tell you start building a rocket, Sharika, what will you say? I have no competency, right? So obviously, I have no ability. It requires a very high competency, right? So what will you do? You have zero ability, right? And so where does the graph stand for that particular job of building a rocket, Sharika? Here.
Yeah,
right?
There's no ability.
Yes, your ability is close to zero and the competency is required right at the top, 100%, right? So what will happen? You're going to be absolutely, you'll run away from it, right? Aap job chhod doge, you'll move away. Similarly, if someone tells you that Sharika ji, whatever you can do well, like say for example, give a speech, right? Or say write a novel, right? Or something which may be your competency. What will happen? The competency required may be somewhere here, okay, right? Which means that you will take it very easily, right? But if I tell you, Sharika ji, I want you to learn finance and write a book on finance or edit a book which is in finance, right? Then probably it will be something like this, right? I do not know. I'm sorry. Apologize me. I'm just using an example. I do not know your knowledge in finance. So typically, क्या होता है? How it is measured is like this. It is measured. Okay. It is like, so look at this black band, right? So basically what happens is your ability and a competency, they must meet at that point, right? So which means if they are meeting at this point, which is your competency of the job required and your ability are meeting at the point, you have what we call as a flow approach. आप मतलब सारा दिन करते रहेंगे, मजे में करेंगे, right? Because this is something you have, like you are learning something new also, you are enjoying the process. Otherwise what happens? People get bored, right? So if you have faced such situations, give them slightly higher task. If they are too social, right? Give them tasks which will make them to focus back on the job. तो आप उसको थोड़ा social से आप उसको pull out कर सकोगे, right? you'll be able to pull them. Because see, what is happening is today also one of the things is that learning has to be on the job. You know, gone are the days when you told people that you know, आप मतलब ऐसे सिखाइए, मतलब you teach people, मतलब put them through a course and all that, because people now don't want to learn like that, or they forget. In fact, the failure rate is as high as 96%. I can ask you what was the last training session you did and how many things you remember of that. You'll find out for yourself, right? So, but things learned on the job is always better learned. Okay. कई बार क्या है कि इंसान का मोटिवेशन भी वैसा नहीं रहता है, राइट? वो किसी दूसरे चीज से मोटिवेटेड है, राइट? वो भी फैक्टर करता है, वो भी आप लीडरशिप रिपोर्ट में देखोगे. सो अगेन दैट आल्सो प्लेज अ रोल व्हेन यू, इफ यू आर काइंड ऑफ पुटिंग द पर्सन इन दैट रोल. So say for example, if you're putting a sales guy, right, and he has a target on which he will get a reward, a financial reward, right? But this guy is not motivated by wealth. This guy is motivated by functional excellence and job security and all that, right? So it's again a misfit. It's a role misfit. See, the whole problem in the world, see, why does Google, Apple, why are they so successful? Because the first emphasis is on putting the right person in the right job, which is why their hiring standards are so tough. I know one of my friend's wife, you know, 6th attempt to get into Amazon. Like she told me, you know, can you please help me out? Because they're so focused on hiring the right person. Because they know once you are in, we'll give you all the facilities. I'm sure RSWM is also giving them all the facilities which is possible, right? Within its budget, within its CA. But the problem is what you have is you have a set of people who themselves have created a new system. और ये natural है. आप अगर day in, day out एक ही काम कर रहे हो, तो after some time, it is like the back of your hand. You know it like the back of your hand. Right? So you stop taking interest in furthering it. Right? Which is why job rotation culture should be promoted. Put people in new roles. Rotate the jobs. Right? Find out what they are good in and teach them on the job. Often people feel that, I personally feel leadership cannot be taught. You know, you will have to kind of practice it yourself, and you will have to, you know, groom yourself into that position. That's of course my personal feeling. Because what happens is, how many people know the Peter principle?
What?
Have you heard about the Peter principle? No? Okay. The Peter principle says that you rise up to your level of incompetency. Okay. See, every time you get promoted till you are no longer promoted, because that is your level of incompetency.
Highest competency.
Okay. So हर कोई जो है, so that's the Peter principle. Okay, कि हर कोई अपने incompetency तक पहुंचते हैं. ठीक है, हर कोई अपने incompetency तक जाते हैं. ठीक है, जहां पे फिर वो इनकॉम्पिटेंट है. तो अगर कोई स्टैग्नेट कर, लाइक आज के दिन में बहुत लोग बोलते हैं कि अगर आप एक पर्टिकुलर रोल में बैठे हुए हो लाइक 20 साल से, तो बेसिकली आपका एक्सपीरियंस 20 साल नहीं है, आपका एक्सपीरियंस 1 साल है into 20. आप एक ही काम कर रहे हो 20 साल से, तो इट्स जस्ट 1 into 20. योर एक्सपीरियंस इज नॉट 20, right? Unless in all those 20 years you have done new things, you have handled different facets of it, right? So the Peter principle says that people rise up to their level of incompetence. Okay. And after that, they can't do much. Just think of one great example I keep saying is, okay, who is one of the most intelligent people in the world today, do you think? One of the most intelligent people in the world. I want a name from each of you.
The one who has recently died.
Who? No, tell me some living guy. Okay, you can tell me if recently died, you can tell me.
I don't remember the
Elon
name.
Musk?
It's
Warren Buffett?
Yes.
Warren Buffett? Okay.
No.
Okay. I'm talking of intelligence. Okay. He was just good in finance. In fact, he didn't even know how to cook a burger.
Not Warren Buffett, the person who was used to, do the things from his mind.
Okay.
At
I'll
the
tell you. तो शारिका जी बताइए. Who according to you is the most intelligent person?
From people person say I like Ratan Tata, so I would always look up to him.
Sure. Okay. Ritika?
Actually, I don't know, but recently Bill Gates.
Okay. मनोज जी, आपके नजर में?
See, if I ask the not worldwide, but अगर इंडिया को फोकस करता हूँ, so intelligence level जो है, who can play with the psychology of the people, that is the one person, that is Narendra Modi. He is a very smart person. So, yes, very damn smart.
So
He's
I will,
very good psychology.
correct.
Psychology.
So I will tell you exactly his compatriot, okay, which is Barack Obama. Just think, a guy in 50, at the age of 50, he has become the American president also. Matlab, what a level of achievement for that guy, right? So he has risen up to his level of incompetence. Matlab, इसके बाद और कुछ तो करने का नहीं है ना? What else can you become after you have become the president of? And now he has 30 years more to live. What is that guy doing now? He's just consulting, writing books, giving speeches, because he cannot take up any position, because he's served in such a high position that there is no position which is higher than that, right? So that's the kind of problem often people face. People go up to their level of competence, right? And then once they find that they are no longer competent enough is when they stop growing, right? कि इससे आगे तो मैं सोच नहीं सकता, right? तो वो ग्रो करना बंद कर देते हैं, और यही प्रॉब्लम होती है वर्क प्लेस पे भी, राइट? क्या होता है कि आपकी जब जॉब सिक्योर हो जाए तो आप फिर दूसरी चीजें सोचते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि आप सोचते नहीं हो, है ना? कोई शेयर मार्केट में ट्रेड कर रहा है आधा दिन, तो कोई अपना बच्चों का स्कूल का ढूंढ रहा है कि नेक्स्ट मैं बच्चों को कहाँ भर्ती करूं, कोई अपना ट्रिप प्लान कर रहा है, वेकेशन प्लान कर रहा है ना? तो लोग अलग अलग काम करते हैं, और प्रॉब्लम वहीं पे है कि 8 घंटे में देखा गया है कि पीपल हार्डली वर्क फॉर 2.5 hours एक्चुअल वर्क. Okay, it's that less people work, right? So ideally, which is why, see, European countries have realized and said that, fine boss, till you do your job, I'll not going to question you. One of the things I will suggest is that tell them to take an interest, give them a project outside their department. Manoj, this is for you. So if you can start giving them small projects outside their department, I think that will start showing exactly. And then once they have done good, if they have done good, so say for example, a production guy has gone into maintenance, right? Done good, replace him, switch them, give them new challenges. That's how you do it. Don't do it all of a sudden. Start with a small project.
See, like, we can say job rotation policy sort of.
Correct. But job rotation सुनते हैं ना, लोग घबरा जाते हैं. हाँ, तो उससे अच्छा है, especially because the old folks are there ना, वो कहेंगे कि हम भी मनोज शर्मा को सबक सिखाते हैं, है ना? तो they will also try to twist you. Don't do that in one go. Start with, say for example, saying that, okay, we are opening up a scheme where you can work for 2 hours in some other project, okay, of your choice, in some other department of your choice, and we will reward you also for that, है ना? हम एक्स्ट्रा आपको कुछ देंगे. आप अपने 8 घंटे के अंदर ही 6 घंटे ये काम कर रहे हो, 2 घंटा किसी और जगह पे करो. जैसे गूगल करता है, गूगल says 20% of your time you can work in any other project, okay? And if that project yields some, like say for example, I read about Satyakam Srivastava. Why I was so curious about that guy. So I saw, in fact, in his report, he has mentioned that he planned something, he made something, and then first accepted nahi hua, second time pe accept hua, now it is running very good. करके उन्होंने लिखा है. I do not know whether you guys know the story. So उस टाइप का, if you tell everyone कि आप कोई project choose करो और किसी पे काम करो, है ना? कुछ एक improvement करो, and observe them and then reward those people. तो क्या होगा कि हर कोई फिर सोचता है कि चलो मैं भी थोड़ा दिमाग लगाता हूँ, मैं भी सोचता हूँ, है ना। क्यों आधा लोग क्या होता है, आधा लोग ये सोचते हैं अरे साहब आपको तो मिल गया, क्या बहुत बढ़िया चल रहा है आपका तो करके, बट देन दे आल्सो फील ashamed if they start seeing. So one of the good things in that process is also your hierarchy structure. See, slowly everything comes into picture. Now what happens if you notice in Tatas have a 11 band hierarchy. Why do they have a 11 band hierarchy whereas normal organizations have 5 to 6 bands? Is because they realize people are going to stay with us for 20 years, है ना। तो उनको धीरे धीरे, so basically क्या करते हैं, AVP, DVP, then assistant VP, then जाके VP, then executive VP करके then president पे लाते हैं. So मतलब they stretch it long purely because of that. So you can also do something like that, which is introduce a mid layer between the positions, so that those who are doing good in these projects, you can give them a one is an additional designation, right? Plus some financial rewards. So what will happen is that will create a clear hierarchical band of people who are performers are being rewarded, right? In terms, because सबको वो पसंद आता है कि if you are able to get a new recognition is one thing, especially millennials के लिए तो it's very high. Millennials are great drivers for it. I'm sure Soumya and Ritika will be like that, right? That they are hungry for getting recognized, right? कि अगर काम recognize नहीं किया तो बहुत गुस्सा आ जाता है, right? हमने मेहनत किया, किसी ने अगर नहीं बोला अच्छा काम हुआ है तो बहुत गुस्सा आता है, right? So अलग अलग generations की ये requirements होती है, but recognition for growth or recognition per se in the organization is something which people look at, right? So look
I
at
have something to ask.
yes,
Sorry to
yes,
interrupt you.
yes, yes.
As you just said, no job rotation, or you said कि you have to, give them the opportunity. If you are good in this, if you can take up any project in which you think you can excel, you can take it and you can do it, and then we can reward you, right? But if we talk about the traditional organization, not in the traditional organization, I guess almost in the in Indian industries, we have manpower planning. We have manpower planning for the organization, for the department, and we have a certain the rationalized hierarchy. We know that we need to take only 5 people in the finance department, right? In that case, you are already overloaded with the work, all the 6 people, in that case, how can we do such things? Means how can we give them the other project? How can, in that situation, a person can take a project because he's already overloaded, and we cannot give them more people, who can replace that person, and then that person can go for the new project,
Okay, so
because we have a
basically
limited manpower. Yeah, sorry.
okay, basically I got your question, Soumya. So basically what happens is that that is the whole problem.
Yes.
What you said is the whole problem of how you are perceiving it.
Okay.
You are perceiving that there is no great change, there is no such project available. Show me, you talked of finance, okay? Now tell me how much of financial analysis for your future growth, right? Or say for example, financial analysis with regard to your spending in manpower, right? Or say for example, financial analysis for where do you stand vis-a-vis competition. How much of that is being done today? Your finance department is only looking at historical data. So they're only managing historical data, right? If you just put them a simple question like this, that tell me what I have to change if RSWM has to become a, if RSWM has to become a $1 $1 billion company, tell me the manpower cost. So if you have to do some future, because see that will, it looks like a very simple question, right? It will raise up so many questions, right? That if I have to go there at this rate, how many more people I have to hire? how many more factories I will need, what I have to do about my production, what I have to do about my marketing, right? So your 5 people, forget 5 people, you need 50 people then, right? The problem is someone has to take up these projects and say that, okay, if you have to take it to this, how much do you need? Like we are talking of India going to 5 trillion. See how much of research is now going on beyond that. That how do we take India to 5 trillion? What are the problems? What are the missteps? What are the challenges? For each department, you will have challenges. Like production can come up with its own problem statements. That, okay, for 1 billion production, I have to do this, right? Then you appoint another team to say that, okay, where can you cut corners over here, right? Squeeze it down, right? Or where can we do things faster so that you can we can reach that 1 billion faster, right? Number one. Number two is that within your existing processes, where do you think that you can forecast better, which is basically do some analytics. I'm sure your finance department does not have any analytics resource.
Right.
People
Right?
generally do not.
Right? So where can I do some financial analytics there? Where can I find out, where are the scopes to cut costs? So as I said, see, there are multiple. So I can tell you, like before you were born, people thought that the world is full of people, and yet you were born, you found your place for yourself, right? And you're thriving, right? So similarly, there are lots of questions which are unanswered. People can work on those questions, find solutions, and I'm saying don't give too long. Give them 3 months project. बहुत लंबा भी नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि वो साल भर वही कर रहा है, आपको पता भी नहीं चला एक्चुअली कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है, घर में जाके सो रहा है, right? So give them like short 3-month projects, right? And ask them to explore these kind of questions, or make this like a, say for example, organization level statement that if RSWM has to go to 1 billion, from your departments, tell me what you would have to do, and let people create projects and write documents and tell you that what they have to do, right? So when everyone will start thinking, like if I tell you, Soumya, how many people would you require in HR department if you were to do 1 billion? Just think how much of research now you would have to do, right? So there is work, and these are work which will help us basically to actually sometimes even foresee gaps in the current processes. Like I'll tell you, all organizations are working at a certain process which is like probably at least 10 to 15 years old, right? And these processes are getting interrupted by technology. Earlier technology was costly, today technology is becoming cheaper also, right? So just think of all the technological, like think of Uber. Who thought that you could have a company, or Zomato, a company which does not own restaurants,
Sure.
and has 5 times more market share than all the listed restaurant companies,
Yeah.
right? So these are great examples of how you can think otherwise, differently, right? And find answers.
Yes.
The problem is that no one likes change, right? No one wants to alter the status quo. And that is also the problem with RSWM. Everyone is saying, पीछे देखो आगे बढ़ो, है ना? तो पीछे देखो आगे बढ़ो वाला जो वो गवर्नमेंट वाला सिस्टम है, उसको अगर if you have to change it, like all the people who struggle to take a simple test, I am personally really a little shocked that why you should struggle to take a simple test. You should not, right? So because we have people who have taken the test successfully without any interruptions, without any kind of help, right? Which means there was some problem in the understanding. जैसे बहुत लोगों ने क्या किया, जहाँ लिखा हुआ है clearly enter your code, वो पासवर्ड डाल रहे हैं वहां पे. मतलब आप इतने ना समझ हैं या फिर आप इतने मतलब रिलैक्स्ड हैं एक टेस्ट के बारे में कि आप कोड की जगह पे आप पासवर्ड डाल रहे हो, right? So these are telltale signs of your weaknesses. See, no one wants, even I don't want to be spending money spending time every day. I would also want to go home and watch Netflix and Amazon Prime and relax and go around the world. Yeah, no one wants to work, right? बट काम करना पड़ता है। अब सवाल यह है कि वो काम अगर उतने ढंग से किया जाए ताकि वो चीज फास्ट हो, बेटर हो और वो एफिशिएंट हो, तो लोगों को थोड़ा तो सोचना पड़ेगा, आपको रुक के सोचना पड़ेगा, राइट? तो माय पॉइंट इज, उसको इस सोच को अगर आप प्रोजेक्ट बना दो तो आई एम श्योर यू विल सी सम अमेजिंग। सी टोयोटा goes by that philosophy. What Toyota does is that Toyota tells, so it's absolutely a manufacturing example. So what Toyota does is, right from the plant, people can give ideas. Okay, those ideas are taken up. Okay, and finally the ideas which are implemented, that person is very hugely rewarded for that idea. ऐसा नहीं कि promotion दे देते हैं उनको, but उनको अच्छा reward देते हैं. Right? So if you start even collecting ideas कि आप बताइए आपके प्रोसेस में आपको क्या लगता है कि कौन सा प्रोसेस ठीक किया जा सकता है, तो क्या होगा कि आपको 10 आइडिया आएंगे जिसमें से हो सकता है कि 8 आइडिया खराब हो या कॉस्टली हो, उसमें से 5 ऐसे आइडियाज हो कि जो बहुत कॉस्ट टेकिंग हो। आपको कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस करना पड़ेगा, राइट? सो समवन विल हैव टू डू दैट कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस कि अगर हम ये मशीन खरीदते हैं और लगाते हैं जो आज के दिन में सोचे $1 मिलियन कॉस्ट कर रहा है, ये हमको कितना फायदा दे सकता है, राइट? तो कितना टाइम बचाएगा, कितना समय बचाएगा, कितना रिसोर्सेज बचाएंगे करके वी कैन डू अ कॉस्ट बेनिफिट एनालिसिस। एंड देन
test was done, like, wherein we are generating ideas from the people, but not exactly the processes, but yeah, this one exercise was done actually.
No, but do it continuously. See, Toyota does it continuously. Have you heard of this thing, the Malcolm Baldrige model?
Which one?
The Malcolm Baldrige model.
Just, I mean, we've read, but I don't recollect anything else.
Okay. So it is about operational excellence, right? So this was the guy who actually went to Japan after America bombed Japan. He went to Japan and he so Tatas have adopted the same model. They call it as the TBEM, Tata Business Excellence Model. Okay. So what they do is they measure each company, of the Tata companies. They measure each of the companies based on that TBM score, and they score. You can also develop something like that as a model. If you tell me, I can develop it for you. And then what happens is you can measure each department to give you an universal score, that who is the most productive department.
ये interesting है थोड़ा सा, बात करेंगे हम लोग.
Yeah. So you can find out कि कौन exactly कितना contribute कर रहा है. Right? So there are ways, Soumya. There are multiple ways that we can do multiple things. Of course, it requires the blessings of the senior management, right? But along with it, it also requires a little bit of human endeavor. And as I said, no one wants to push the cart. Everyone wants the cart to automatically reach them, right? So, but no one wants to push it if it is stuck. So today we are at a stage where probably if we give a little bit of push, it is possible to get a lot of rewards, right? Because the future factory, they say, is going to have only one person and a dog. Okay, one person to just switch it on at one time, and the dog to ensure that that man does nothing else but switching that switch. Otherwise, the dog will go and bite that man itself. Okay, so they say that the future factory is going to be like that. Look at Tesla. One simple, all people don't understand what Tesla is as a car company. Where is its biggest innovation?
Recently.
They own this
driverless vehicle अभी recently.
हाँ, but Tesla का सबसे बड़ा innovation कहाँ पे है सर पता है? Where Tesla is Tesla, or where Tesla became Tesla, not for manufacturing a car.
Space.
No, for manufacturing the battery. What was happening was earlier battery was costing prohibitive. आप ये देख लो ना, जो E2O है, जो महिंद्रा का रेवा जो गाड़ी था पहले, right? रेवा जो छोटा small car था, उसका बैटरी was costing 2.5 lakhs. मतलब 2.5 lakhs में आपको मारुति सुजुकी मिल जाता था. वो एक बैटरी का 2.5 lakhs एक्स्ट्रा लेता था. मतलब गाड़ी का तो 2.5 lakhs बैटरी का लेता था. So battery was the most prohibitive item in an electric car. Okay, so what Tesla did was it completely reinvented and brought down the battery cost by almost $5,000 per car. $5,000 अगर आप एक्स्ट्रा कमाते हो तो आप सोचो कहां जाओगे. So you have to understand, why is Tesla trying to go to the space? Any ideas? Why is Tesla so much about going to space? Tesla इतना space missions क्यों भेज रहा है, और why are they trying to shoot rockets? Any idea?
Maybe he has that sort of a vision that
Okay.
upcoming years.
No, vision तो है, but there's a lot of greed, there's a lot of money involved. Why were we trying to go to the other side of the moon? हमारा भी तो अभी गया था ना, चंद्रयान गया था. We were going to the other side of the moon. Why to the other side of the moon? Okay. So basically in space, there are objects floating with plutonium, titanium, diamonds and all. In fact, they say it rains diamonds in Saturn, right? You know that, right? It rains diamonds. Diamond की बारिश होती है Saturn में. So the problem is that like one middle-sized object in space, which is floating around, it has enough minerals and metals worth 15 trillion. 15 trillion. Our GDP is 3 trillion. It has one thing, has 15 trillion. Now, if you have to bring that, if you have to break that, pull that and bring that to Earth, how much energy you will require? Huge energy. So you don't have scope, because if you add too much of fuel, the rocket, going anti-G is a difficulty, right? So you are hunting for water in moon so that you can use hydrogen. From water, you can break down hydrogen, right? And use hydrogen as a fuel to go for larger space missions and hunt all those things and bring them back to, of course, वो मार्स में किसको दिखाएगा? वो पैसा दिखाना है तो मुझे अर्थ में ही दिखाना है ना. So they are trying to hunt all those. There are a lot of things, objects floating in space, which are trillions of dollars. आप स्पेस डेब्री सोच लो ना, कितना स्पेस डेब्री जो सैटेलाइट्स वगैरह जल जाते हैं, खत्म हो जाते हैं जब राइट, वो सारे डेब्री होके फ्लोट कर रहे हैं. कॉस्टली. दूसरे जब बिग बैंग हुआ था तब काफी सारे वो निकले थे, ये सब मिनरल्स निकले थे, वो सारे मिनरल्स फ्लोट कर रहे हैं. सो इट इज अ हंट फॉर एनर्जी. अदरवाइज हम पानी क्यों खोजने जाएंगे मून में? और इसीलिए अमेरिका ने उसको बिगाड़ा भी, क्योंकि अमेरिका नहीं चाहता कि हम, क्योंकि जो पहले खोज लेगा वो एरिया तो उसका हो जाएगा, राइट? स्पेस में ये नियम है कि हम अगर खोजेंगे तो वो जगह हमारा, राइट? तो अब वो कुआं, पानी का कुआं हमारा हो जाएगा, राइट? तो पानी से हाइड्रोजन को अलग करके उसको एज एन एनर्जी ट्रीट करना बहुत इजी हो जाएगा हमारे लिए. सो लास्ट मिनट में विक्रम जो कोलैप्स कर गया, मिस कर गया, which was purely because of NASA. Okay, because they don't want us to be the first finder. And why are we hunting? Because we are also hunting for the same treasure. हमने अर्थ के सारे treasures to ढूंढ लिए. Now we are going to space to find treasures. So Elon Musk is not an idiot. He is trying to target. He knows that the final frontier is space, and not space just because someone wants to go there and visit and come. No, there is actual money over there, which is why recently Richard Branson of Virgin Airways, he also went to space and he came back. Okay, so that's now the next frontier. Okay, so basically, see, there are ways and means where people are trying to find out, hunt out. What looks in the front does not make you understand actually हो क्या रहा है, right? But बहुत कुछ हो रहा है पीछे पीछे, अगर आप उस चीज के असली मकसद को समझो तो my point is RSWM भी ऐसा कुछ कर सकता है जिससे कि कम से कम वो $1 बिलियन का कंपनी बन जाए. क्यों नहीं? मुकेश भाई, धीरूभाई अंबानी ने भी तो किया था ना, छोटे कंपनी को उन्होंने बड़ा किया था, राइट? RSWM भी कर सकता है अगर हम लोग सोचे कि और क्या तरीका है. देखिए, किसी ने तो सोचा था ना कि नाइलन से भी आप, जो आपका वेस्ट प्रोडक्ट था पेट्रोलियम का नाइलन, हाँ, उससे यान बना के आप कपड़े बना सकते हो. बड़ा फैशनेबल कपड़े बनते हैं उससे, है ना? तो अगर लोग यही मान के चलते कि भाई कॉटन से ही बन सकता है, हमारा प्रोसेस हम चेंज नहीं कर सकते, तो कभी तो इंप्रूवमेंट होता ही नहीं, है ना? तो वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट वेज, एंड आई एम श्योर दोस वेज कम आउट फ्रॉम normal individuals. Some of those will be like, say for example, lakh rupee ideas, but then suddenly you'll find one idea which is 1 crore idea. बिकॉज लोग सोचना शुरू कर दे अगर, इफ पीपल स्टार्ट थिंकिंग, पहले तो इमीडिएटली तो बड़ा आइडिया नहीं निकलता, राइट, बट
Right.
4 आइडिया 5 आइडिया मिला मिला के फिर पता नहीं अचानक some great idea will come up. Yes, so you have to keep it constant. Don't do it as a one time activity. Make people think, right? See, हम भी सोच के हमने figure out किया कि finally what lies at the heart of human progress or human is motivation. मैंने बहुत recently एक article लिखा इस पे. So I found out that at the heart of it is actually motivation. Without motivation, people do nothing, and people have different kind of motivations.
Right.
Okay, तो किसी को YouTube स्टार बनना है, किसी को बहुत सारे पैसे कमाने हैं, right?
Yes.
किसी को रिसर्च करना है, किसी को पढ़ाई करना है, किसी को बस मौका खाना है. Like बच्चों का सबसे बड़ा मोटिवेशन है फूड. क्यों? That has a lot of neurobiology behind it because you have food, sex and survival. These are your 3 core things, right? So at a young age you don't have sex. आजकल सर्वाइवल का भी थ्रेट नहीं है. So all you have is food, which is why kids are so attracted to food, and food is such a big motivator for them. Right? It's very important to understand कि वो किससे मोटिवेट होते हैं और फिर उसको आप वो चीज दो तो उससे आप कुछ भी करवा लोगे. है ना? मतलब subject to his of course competency. Right? So he has to have the competency for that. Then he will develop the ability to do it or find out some way to do it. So there are always ways we can find out, but we have to take some initiatives which might look crazy sometimes, right? Or small baby steps, and then probably scale it up, right? As of now, so once your assessments are complete, I'm going to send you, of course, that culture report of your leadership, right? Which will also include the learning points. And as I've often requested, if you at least hire me for at least 2 days, I can sit with your mid-senior or your senior team, and I can actually explain them the problems that they grasp with, and why they stumble to innovate or why they stumble to think. Okay, this is a big problem because the core lies in motivation. They are unable to motivate themselves. देखिए YouTube वीडियो देख के कोई motivated हो जाता तब तो हो ही गया था, right? तब तो कोई जरूरत नहीं थी, right? You sometimes need coaches to basically understand these problems, explain these problems to you, which even very big organizations or very big schools don't teach you. They don't teach you because the truth lies, they won't be able to sell. Like an astrologer will never tell you that भाग्य बोल के कुछ तो होता है, but उसके बस में नहीं है आपके भाग्य को बदलना, क्योंकि वो it is already written, it is like scripted, you cannot change it, right? But if the astrologer tells you that it cannot be changed, then you will not go to him, right? So he keeps telling you, नहीं ये पहन लीजिए, ये मुक्ता पहन लीजिए, पन्ना पहन लीजिए, चूनी पहन लीजिए, बदल जाएगा, आपका इम्प्रूवमेंट हो जाएगा. नहीं होगा. Whatever is destined will happen. So what I'll request now is that Soumya, Ritika, if you have any problems, go through the reports. Do one small exercise, which is you have access to the reports, read the reports, send me small 2-liners about all the people whose reports you have read, okay? And I will tell you whether your judgment is right or wrong. Are you judging them correctly or not?
But the judgment is already there in the report, the observations.
Yes, correct. So, but what have you judged out of that observation? Because these are qualitative judgments. These are not quantitative judgments.
Okay.
Most of the judgments in the leadership report are qualitative judgments, except for the intellect and the authentic leadership trait. Rest are all qualitative judgments. Okay, they are not quantitative. So I want to understand how well are you interpreting it. So take 5 reports, okay? Do your interpretation, right? Don't think, I know you might have met some of the people, right? So you might have your own bias in your head, right? Try to take people whom you have not met if possible, right? And make a small note, send it to Manojji and me, right? Let us read it and see how well you are able to interpret it. Yeah?
Perfect. Roman, and
Yes.
that question Sarika and Soumya ka कि benchmarking जो है ना, it's varies for in each and every reports.
Correct.
So
Now,
why
benchmarking भी हम जब एक बार हम कर लेंगे या when I start the exercise, I will take them into confidence through Sharika. I will connect with them and I'll tell you how to do the benchmarking part also. In fact, that is the core of how you find out. So we will do the benchmarking exercise. Don't worry.
benchmark exercise is different, but whatever the degree you mentioned in your report,
It varies.
like individual का benchmarking तो चलो after this analysis or after this psychometric test it's coming.
Correct.
तो एक fixed वाला जो benchmarking है वो किस तरह से आप लोग determine कर रहे हैं?
So that is called as the job role leveling, right?
Job
For
role level.
each job role, right? You will have to fix those parameters.
Right.
कि इसमें इतना चाहिए, इसमें इतना चाहिए.
As you explained अभी.
Correct. Right? So you will have to develop. So once you develop that, then what happens? You can find out, okay, someone is meeting, good. Someone is more than that, great. They should be rewarded. Someone is much ahead of that, they should be promoted. Right? So that's how you determine you align even your reward and recognition program with that. Right? So first is to build that job level for every job level. Right? First of all, कई बार क्या होगा ना कि देखिए बहुत सारे जॉब लेवल्स होंगे, कंफ्यूज मत हो जाइए. आप सोचेंगे यार हमारे कंपनी में तो 150 जॉब्स हैं. वैसे कितने जॉब्स हैं आपके कंपनी में?
It is job specific or it is a role specific?
No,
I'm not getting this.
Okay, so I'm saying how many job roles do you have in the company?
For example, if we have 11 departments in manufacturing, so in each 11 departments
Into 30.
into 30?
13.
Okay.
Okay. No, those could be designations somewhere. So one of the good ways to find out this is one is that classification into the competencies. Okay. So say for example, you have mechanical engineer, electrical engineering, you might have instrumentation, like that. You will have the basically the academic skills, right? So you have the academic skills. Okay. Then you have the behavioral skills, right? Which is the competencies, these leadership traits, the competency parts, right? So we have not even discussed that. So next day we'll try to discuss that part, the competency. So you have the behavioral traits. Now for each job, you will find a mix of requirement. Okay. Like say, for example, a particular job may require 20% of mechanical and 80% of electrical, right? Right?
20% of?
20% of say mechanical and 80% of electrical.
We can take textile now.
Right? I'm just throwing a hypothetical guess, right? So say for example, a job or somewhere it could be like 100% of mechanical, right? Okay. That could also be possible, right? Which is you have that, okay, this job requires mechanical, right? Now, based on how much is required, you could create levels. Okay, that mechanical में 20% चाहिए, mechanical में 40% चाहिए, mechanical में 50% चाहिए, mechanical में 100% चाहिए, right? So that is one way of leveling for each of those parts. Similar thing you do it for behavior. Okay, so that's called, it's a very famous model. Okay, it's the Radford model. You use it to do your job leveling. तो क्या होता है कि don't go by the designations first, right? Find out all the skill sets that you require, right? And also the behavioral skill sets that you require. And then what you do is find out how much of a level is good enough. See, sometimes too much is also bad. Like I told you, too much social may also be bad. Right? कि वो socially social कर रहा है, मतलब काम तो कुछ हो नहीं रहा है, सारा दिन बात ही कर रहा है. Right? So each job role will have a skill set. Right? What is the skill set? How much do you require it? Throw a rough guess. Don't put a pointed finger that needs 63% each year. No, make it like 40 to 60%, right?
So when I didn't get your point, can we just take one example? Okay. We have 3 guys from marketing, same level, but the benchmarking is different. So what you are saying is, for these three people, we have to go for the JD, job description, and as per that, we need to understand the focus area, right? And accordingly, we have to go for the benchmarking.
Correct. So
But
every job is what? It is a set of skills,
right, right,
right?
right, right.
So what are the skills required? I'm saying,
Degree of skill required.
yeah. So say for example, I need this particular job requires 20% of mechanical skills, mechanical engineering skills, and 80% of electrical engineering skills. Possible?
I'll explain them, Ruben. See, suppose if we are looking for a production manager, right? So production manager may see the minimum requirement of the qualification is that he should be the BTEC. But BTEC, 100% BTEC is not required for that particular position. He should know about the 20% of the mechanical, 30% of the electrical, because उसकी job की जो requirement है वो वहाँ पर आती है. Then behavioral skill set आपको चाहिए. If a manager is required, so we need a person who can make the planning, who can take the decision. तो वो अलग-अलग डिग्री हम उसके ऊपर लोग सेट कर लेते हैं. अगर 100% एक प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर अगर आपको परफेक्ट चाहिए तो उसके अंदर मेरी रिक्वायरमेंट ये है कि मुझे 30% मुझे प्रोडक्शन की नॉलेज होनी चाहिए उसकी, देन आपका मैकेनिकल होना चाहिए, इलेक्ट्रिकल होना चाहिए, बिहेवियरल के अंदर कुछ कुछ स्किल सेट आपको प्लस माइनस होना चाहिए.
I think Soumya is trying to tell, for example, let us take that all the three guys of marketing and they are looking after
Same
domestic
level.
only, they are on the senior manager level only, but how come their benchmark figure differs?
Why it is different?
Why it is different?
Yeah, it
We
should
have
be.
to go for the specific JD that this senior manager in marketing, he is doing the negotiation basically. This senior manager is basically taking care for the domestic export, and this senior manager is doing for domestic marketing. So on these JDs, we have to identify the competencies, and
Correct.
accordingly, we have to give them the, you know, the benchmarking.
Correct. Exactly. See, what will happen then? Now, once I've figured out that, okay, I have 4 scales of mechanical in my organization, right? तो वो 4 स्केल के बेसिस पे मैं सैलरीज भी फिक्स कर सकता हूँ, मैं रिवार्ड सिस्टम फिक्स कर सकता हूँ, मेरा रिकॉग्निशन पॉलिसी फिक्स हो सकती है, मेरा प्रमोशन पॉलिसी फिक्स हो सकती है. Benchmarking has such wonderful benefits because if you once do it, it is a long exercise, it is a little painful exercise, right? So but once एक बार आपने फिक्स कर दिया उसको, right? तो क्या होगा कि अभी आपको पता है, जैसे आपने कहा marketing, right? You are finding that you have 3 people. Though the core is marketing, the core academic qualification is marketing, right? But someone who is doing international or marketing or digital marketing needs to additionally have digital skills. Compared to, say, for example, someone who is doing domestic marketing needs to have distribution skills, very good understanding of channels and distribution, right? So which means that you find that now what you find is that, okay, I find that in the organization, there are 35% job roles which require mechanical. Okay. And that is the highest. Okay. That is the highest in various forms, right? So which is what you find? You are finally finding that you are basically an organization which is based on mechanical skills. Because 35% of the population have somewhere mechanical skills in their JD, in their job role, right? Second thing is that now based on that, that can be a yardstick for fixing various other things, right? Like say, for example, if you want to job change, if you want to switch someone, okay, that job, how much mechanical it requires? It requires 40% mechanical. Who are the guys in 40% mechanical? A, B, C, D. Okay. Then those are the people who can fit into the job. आपका ये सारे transitions करना, आपके उनके जो skills set करना, right? Like say, for example, someone was very good in mechanical, right? पूरे साल में, but seems like electrical, which is a bigger portion, they have not been so good. They have been making mistakes in the electrical part, which means you know now what training to give, right? You know now electrical की training की जरूरत है इनको, right? So it is not simple, of course, and it is also a little big thing, right? और इसलिए कोई हाथ नहीं लगाता इस चीज को. Fact is that, okay, Soumya. So no one wants to touch this because it is like a big elephant to touch. But once you have dealt with this elephant, now you have chopped it nicely, made it into small pieces, dealt with it. आप देखोगे आगे आपका काम इतना बढ़िया हो जाएगा, इतना स्मूथ हो जाएगा. आपको ये पता चल जाएगा कि मुझे कितने मैकेनिकल कॉलेजेस में जाना है, कितने इलेक्ट्रिकल कॉलेजेस में जाना है, कितने मैनेजमेंट कॉलेजेस में जाना है. बिकॉज आपको ये पता है कि कितने मतलब स्टाफिंग में यस कितने रिक्वायरमेंट है, राइट, किस क्वालिटी के जाना है. अगर मुझे मैकेनिकल 20% ही खोजना है, राइट, सो आई डोंट नीड टू पुट सो मच ऑफ स्ट्रेस इफ द गाइस स्कोर इज लो इन मैकेनिकल, राइट. या मैं उस टाइप के कॉलेजेस में जा सकता हूं जो ठीक ठाक है, मतलब मुझे उतना हाई फाई कॉलेज की जरूरत नहीं है, राइट. आपके बहुत सारे काम आसान हो जाते हैं इस काम को करने से, राइट. बट इट्स मतलब लिटिल रेयर बिकॉज इट इज ऑफ कोर्स अ टाइम टेकिंग टास्क. वही मैं बोल रहा था, मतलब बहुत सारे काम कर सकते हैं सौम्य जी.
रुबिन, जस्ट वन लास्ट थिंग, एज यू आर सेइंग कि अगर आप ये कर लेंगे तो आपको बेटर अंडरस्टैंडिंग रहेगी बेंचमार्किंग समझने में, तो फॉर दैट वी हैव टू गो फॉर द इंडिविजुअल जेडी और हम लोग कर सकते हैं. बट माय क्वेश्चन इज टू यू नाउ कि आपने किस बेसिस पे ये रेटिंग किया है बेंचमार्किंग. फॉर एग्जांपल वी हैव 3 पीपल फ्रॉम मार्केटिंग, उसके अंदर तीनों सीनियर एग्जीक्यूटिव, और अगर उनकी रेटिंग चेंज है तो वो सॉरी बेंचमार्किंग चेंज है, तो वो आपने किस मतलब रेटिंग वाइज किस लेवल वाइज किया है, क्वालिफिकेशन देन एक्सपीरियंस देन किस बेसिस पे आपने बेंचमार्किंग डिसाइड किया है?
सो करंटली हम जो करेंगे, हमने अभी तक किया नहीं है, हम जो करेंगे वो करेंगे प्योरली ऑन द बिहेवियरल पार्ट, राइट, ऑन देयर लीडरशिप और ऑन देयर कॉम्पिटेंसी पार्ट, राइट, बिहेवियरल कॉम्पिटेंसी. सो हमारा जो टेस्ट है उसमें कहीं पे हमने कोई सब्जेक्ट का टेस्ट तो नहीं लिया
जी,
राइट. तो हमने खाली लिया है बेस्ड ऑन either leadership skills or on competencies, right, कि वो कहाँ खड़े होते हैं. So which is it's more of a behavioral exercise, right.
Okay.
It has no skill involved, right. कोई हमने skill का involvement नहीं किया, यहाँ पे हमने खाली behavior का किया है, right. अब behavior के basis पे मैंने एक चीज कह दिया है, skill के basis पे और एक finding आएगी. वो कैसे आएगी? बड़ा सिंपल है. एक्सेल में आप एक छोटा सा चीज बना दो और आप बेसिकली एक ड्रॉप डाउन बना दो, ठीक है. कहो कि ये सारे स्किल्स रिक्वायर्ड है. RSWM में सोचो 130 स्किल्स है, ठीक है. मैकेनिकल, इंजीनियरिंग, इलेक्ट्रिकल, मार्केटिंग, अकाउंट्स, ठीक है, फिनांस, दीज आर ऑल स्किल्स, एकेडमिक स्किल्स, ठीक है. तो 130 स्किल्स है. आप डिपार्टमेंट वाइज आप उनको भेज दो और कहो कि इस स्किल्स पे आप जो है जॉब रोल्स को, नॉट द इंडिविजुअल, जॉब रोल्स को बोलो कि आपके पास कितने हैं. जैसे आपके पास अकाउंट्स के 2 एग्जीक्यूटिव है, लेट्स टेक फिनांस फॉर एग्जांपल, राइट. सो यू हैव 1 टैक्स मैनेजर, 2 अकाउंट्स मैनेजर एंड 1 से बजटिंग एंड मतलब जो बेसिकली फाइनेंशियल ट्रैकिंग का है, MIS वगैरह करते हैं, वो एक मैनेजर हो गया. सो क्या होगा, आप जो है 2 अकाउंट्स के बंदे हैं तो दोनों को एक साथ ही क्लब करके वो बता देंगे कि इस रोल में मुझे इतना % अकाउंटेंसी स्किल्स चाहिए, इतना % टैक्सेशन स्किल्स चाहिए, और कोई स्किल हो सकता है उनको चाहिए भी नहीं उस रोल में, अगले रोल में चाहिए वो, ठीक है. वो जब नेक्स्ट पोजीशन में ग्रो करेंगे तब हो सकता है कि उनको से फॉर एग्जांपल उनको आई वांट MI स्किल्स, राइट. सो once you create that thing, right, that big board, you will be able to figure out कि skill basis पे मेरे पास 130 skill है और ये उनके levels है, अलग-अलग levels है, right. Now based on that, then what happens is your rest of the work will become much easier, which is your hiring, all your policies, your hiring, your reward recognition, your promotion, everything can be linked to that framework, saying that आपकी ये स्किल थी, and it becomes a very transparent thing, right. आपकी ये स्किल थी, इस साल में मैकेनिकल में आपको रेट किया गया है एज से फॉर एग्जांपल 70, राइट, और इलेक्ट्रिकल में आपको रेट किया गया है 65. यू कैन डू अ वेटेज, राइट. 70 का 20% यू विल टेक, 65 मिला है इलेक्ट्रिकल में, इलेक्ट्रिकल का 65 का 80% यू विल टेक करके यू विल अराइव एट अ स्कोर. उनका क्या है, क्या स्कोर हुआ. and it's an absolutely transparent, measurable, quantitative model. Understand? Same thing you can do for the behavior part, right? Negotiation skills में कैसे हैं? अगर if that is a requirement, right? So again, we can give you a list of the competencies required for the job role, and then you can ask the managers to say that ideal situation क्या है. अब इसमें भी एक problem है. देखिए कई बार क्या होता है कि ideal situation हर कोई ऐसा समझता है इतना ऊपर. मतलब if you ask the manager, he will say अच्छा सेल्स नेगोशिएशन स्किल्स कितना चाहिए इतना, अच्छा उसका सेल्स एप्टीट्यूड कितना चाहिए इतना, उसको सेल्स इंटेलिजेंस स्किल्स कितना चाहिए इतना, हर किसी में उतना मांगेगा. जब आप एक्चुअल टेस्ट करते हो, सी दैट इज वेयर द असेसमेंट कम्स इनटू प्ले. जब आप टेस्ट करते हो आप पता चलता कोई भी इससे ज्यादा नहीं है, चाहिए तो इतना. मतलब मैनेजर की खुद की इंप्रेशन गलत है, क्योंकि द बेस्ट परफॉर्मिंग गाय इज हियर, राइट? द मैनेजर इज सेइंग ही वांट्स इट हियर, ही डज नॉट वांट इट हियर. So that is called as the gap in the manager's own perception, right? उनकी अपनी bias है, right? उनको लगता है कि इतना चाहिए, actually उसका यहीं तक काफी है. So then you can set the benchmark saying that इतना हो गया बहुत बढ़िया, right? So but finding those skills, listing out all those skills, asking the managers इसमें आप रेट कीजिए कितना परसेंट चाहिए, कितना परसेंट चाहिए, एंड यू फाइनली अराइव एट 100, राइट? आप परसेंट में कन्वर्ट करोगे तो फाइनली जाके आपको 100% में मिल जाएगा. 100% का ब्रेकअप क्या आता है?
When your voice is breaking.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Now it is clear. Your voice was
Okay.
breaking that time.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
sorry.
okay. No, I'm saying now is the idea clear, Soumya?
Sorry.
Now is the idea clear of how to work on this?
Yeah.
The skill gap analysis when we do ना, तो skill gap analysis की बात कर रहे हैं. First we determine the skills required for the particular position, और उसके बाद में इसका सारा एनालिसिस करने के लिए जो भी कुछ टेस्ट वगैरह होगा या जो भी हम बात करें, that we can do it.
Correct, correct. See, then you also have a very, very transparent system.
Yes.
अब क्या है, देन यू डोंट आस्क हवा में कि भाई कैसा है. आप बड़ा स्पेसिफिक पूछ सकते हो, भाई आपने कहा ये स्किल्स चाहिए, ये स्किल्स पे आप रेट कीजिए बंदे को, है ना? तो बड़ा क्लियर हो जाता है कि भाई देखो मैकेनिकल चाहिए 20%, लेकिन
हम लोग जेडी के अंदर बहुत सारा स्किल सेट रिक्वायर्ड लिखते हैं. जेडी बनाते हैं तो ABCD 100 टाइप ऑफ स्किल सेट भी आस्क, एक जनरल एक की बुक पूरा उसको डाल देते हैं हम लोग, और उसका डिग्री अगर हम लोग डिटरमाइन कर देते हैं तो देन उसके बाद में अपना एक अंडरस्टैंडिंग बना सकते हैं फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर पर्सन.
मतलब इवन इंटरव्यू में आप डिटरमाइन कर सकते हो कौन सा सवाल ज्यादा पूछना है,
किस मतलब सिचुएशनल क्वेश्चन किस पे आसपास लेके जाना है.
करेक्ट, कि कौन सा स्किल ज्यादा चाहिए, राइट? जैसे इफ यू लुक एट ओटिस, हमारे बगल वाला बिल्डिंग है ओटिस एक्चुअली. सो ओटिस में you need mechanical skills, right? But you also need digital skills, you also need instrumentation, you also need electrical. So ऐसा नहीं है कि मतलब आप एक ही खाली मैकेनिकल है तो मैकेनिकल से आपके काम चल जाता है, नहीं, राइट? आजकल जॉब्स ऐसे हो गए हैं कि you need a amalgamation of skills. अच्छा, उसमें भी क्या होता है कि some people, like if you look at metallurgy, now it's a vast subject, right? But हो सकता है कि मैं अगर 2 ही मेटल से डील कर रहा हूँ, right, only iron and say copper, तो मुझे बाकी का जरूरत नहीं है. If that guy is good enough in iron and copper, that is good enough for me. मुझे बाकी का पूछना ही नहीं है. If he is good in aluminium, then he should join Hindalco and not say RSWM, right? क्योंकि aluminium का उतना कोई काम नहीं है, right? So you can then find out कि वो सारा उसको जनरली जब पूछोगे बताइए आप मेटल्स के बारे में, खूब एल्यूमिनियम के बारे में बोले जा रहा है, राइट? आप समझ जाते हो इसका स्पेशलाइजेशन एल्यूमिनियम है, राइट? He is not though he might have great knowledge, but that knowledge is no use to us because we don't deal in aluminium, right? I want the guy who is very passionate about say iron and copper, right? So these are great ways to find out even these once I know what I want.
Right.
Yes. It's almost been 2 hours now we are talking, so let's take a break here. As I said, if you want to reach out, please write to me. I'll be able to help you further.
Soumya.
जी sir.
Once just go through the reports, और जो चीजें आपको समझ में नहीं आ रही है You send a questionnaire to Robin.
Yes,
तो
yes.
क्योंकि थी when he discuss the things ना तो काफी सारी चीजें हम लोग डिस्कस करना शुरू कर देते हैं.
Correct.
अगर तुमको लगता है कि तुमको स्पेसिफिक चीज समझनी हो एंड अगली बार जब हम बात करेंगे तो सोमिया का रिपोर्ट डिस्कस करेंगे.
Sir, done. I'm desperately waiting for that. I really need to, take all these calls. Sorry?
Right now or later on?
सर अभी भी कर सकते हैं. I was तो thinking कि मेरा ही रिपोर्ट डिस्कस होगा.
चलो Ruben 5 minutes only. Just
Right.
yes.
Right, sir.
शेयर करेगी सोमिया.
सर मैंने उसका रिपोर्ट देखा नहीं. एक मिनट
नहीं वो
note करता हूं.
अभी she showcase ही है.
Ruben, what I request you, if you need time, you can take 10 minutes, but please take it.
ना
Please.
स्क्रॉल करने से मालूम पड़ेगा. तुम एक बार स्क्रीन तुम ले लो सोनिया.
हाँ जी सर, क्या ले लूं?
स्क्रीन शेयर तुम कर लो एक बार. शो योर रिपोर्ट्स ओवर देयर.
ओके, नो इशू.
सो रुबेन एक बार उसको देखते जाएंगे, बोलते जाएंगे तुम्हारे बारे में.
जस्ट गिव मी अ सेकंड.
Just 5-7 minutes Ruben only.
डन सर.
रुबेन को इतना सारा नॉलेज है एक्चुअली कि वो उसको समझ में नहीं आता कि कितना सारा बताएं आप.
नहीं एक्चुअली क्या है, मैंने एक चीज समझा सर कि एक्चुअली सब कुछ ना इंटरमिंगल्ड है. मतलब एक चीज, एक धागा पकड़ो तो दूसरा धागा भी निकल आता है. हाँ.
ताना बाना बोलते हैं इन आवर इंडस्ट्री, वी कॉल ताना बाना.
ताना बाना, करेक्ट.